I mean, that was absolutely impressive from MorroW. I think anyone that's been doubting this Zerg player, well, you need a good slapping after that. What a play it was, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen, on what would appear to be the Shattered Temple, unless it's some kind of other map in disguise. Who knows? MorroW! He is in the blue trunks, and he is playing Zerg to the south of this particular map versus his opponent. It's SeleCT from a team you might know.
Team Dignitas, my home team for the past 4 years or so. I've been there for a very, very long time. They are my little gaming nerd family. And SeleCT is my homeboy, my little Korean, my little Donsang, even though he's older than me. And by the way, Donsang means little brother in Korean.
He's also taller than you, I might add.
He's more handsome than me.
Yeah, so
he's got big muscles and I have little ones.
Indeed. He's a scary individual. He's fantastic. He also
sings better than me.
He is the bane of chicken. Like, he destroys chicken.
Really?
Well, yeah.
I've never eaten with SeleCT.
Actually,
so.
you may. Oh no, of course you wouldn't have, because you weren't at I-42.
No,
they got about 5 massive buckets of KFC, and SeleCT ate at least 80% of it.
Koreans are nuts with chicken. They eat chicken with everything. Chicken and rice, chicken and rice, chicken and rice. They eat so much bloody chicken.
I can't blame. Chicken's delicious, but yeah, it's like we got 5 massive boxes of KFC, and SeleCT is left alone with it for 5 minutes. We come back and there's like 3 chips and a nugget left.
I know if Rams is listening, he's definitely frontier in that KFC department. I tell you, he probably ordered the thing.
I don't know what it is about Dignitas and KFC, by the way. Pure Ball loves it as well. We had to stop at KFC on the way down to the Dignitas.
Today, I told you, didn't I?
Yeah, I told you. It's all Dignitas. I'm not. Why are you not sponsored by KFC at Team Dignitas? Why is that?
Boneless banquet every time, baby.
Delicious. What can we say? Fast expansion right here for MorroW. That's to be expected. And the question is SeleCT going to be a little bit gun shy after that one?
I don't know. I don't really know what's going through his little Korean head, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be to try to be aggressive early on. I think that he's going to play a lot more straight up. He's going to probably open up with a similar build such as Reactor Hellion or so, and he's still building that bunker. This is what we need to see. Getting small edges, forcing 3 drones down here from MorroW. And if I was MorroW, I'd probably pull 2 just to try to cut down that loss a little bit harder.
Well, at least it's not 4. That's reasonable, and he's able to deny that. And of course, SeleCT could turn around and do that, but I don't think he's going to. Oh no, he is. There you go. He's got. I'm leaving. No, I'm not. Psych. Yeah. And he'll be able to hold this for a little longer if he's not careful. And MorroW will attempt to surround that. He brings off 2 more, and no, that's dead.
That was a pretty unfair fight. 5 drones versus 1 SCV.
Yes, there was some ganking going on there, I feel. That bunker is, needless to say, not complete. MorroW has mined in preparation for the eventual arrival of his lord, the brand new hatchery. And in the meantime, SeleCT would like to destroy as many of those drones as possible. And the question is, how good is his micro?
And he's just going to pull back to pull the drones as far away from that mineral line as possible. And if MorroW, it might even just go all the way. And that kind of benefits SeleCT more than it benefits MorroW. To go all that way, that is a lot of minerals. We're probably looking about 10, maybe 15 minerals each they could have mined in that. That's what, looking at 4 drones there. If my math serves me correct, that's like 60 odd minerals they could have had. But no, SeleCT pulling all these small advantages out and then going to go directly into Reactor Hellion opening into a fast command center.
Yes, he will, and he should be able to do reasonable damage in the process. MorroW does not have a huge amount of scouting information. He knows about the barracks. He does not know about that factory. He is sending in a couple of Zerglings, which will find out about it, and this timing could be unpleasant. If SeleCT... Oh, no, he'll get it down. He's not me. Yes. The previous ladder stream involved me lifting up for a swap around of the reactor and letting 10 Zerglings into my base. It wasn't good.
It's good watching your stream, and that's actually where this tournament is based from that people don't realize. Just basically your ad revenue coming from that, and it's a lot entertaining. I'm sitting there with a beer most nights. If I don't want to learn, if I don't want to study, I watch your stream.
If you're in for a little bit of Schadenfreude, you want to watch somebody suffer at the hands of Zerg, your chosen race.
It is funny. I'm sorry, TotalBiscuit. It is funny watching you suffer sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's what it's intended for. It's Gold League, but we turn it into real gold. That's the thing. This is actually a bit of internet alchemy right here. We play some Gold League, we turn it into real gold, we give it to the pros. That seems like a fairly reasonable thing to do as far as I'm concerned. No, absolutely not. MorroW says to that Hellion, approach, you are not allowed in, you are not appropriately dressed.
No, dress code incorrect for these Hellions. They are going to go back. And nice creep spread. I can see the future. The nice creep spread is going to continue from here as soon as they launch down some creep tumors. But obviously SeleCT is looking for that denial. And already going in, sniping one, backing out. Really nice play.
Yeah, very, very nice indeed. And I think MorroW's tried to... he's trying to beat that old... You remember that game on Belshire Beach, perhaps? The one with the ridiculous absolutely absurd creep spread. I think the MorroW's actually trying to go one better. He did a pretty good job on Shakuras, I've got to say, so we'll see as to whether or not he manages to pull that one off. Starport on the way up right here for Select, and that's a reactor going down there as well. Could certainly be a swap around.
A little bit late layer, actually. He's building more roaches than he kind of needs at the moment, I think. And he's delaying the layer because of it. And that means these drops that are definitely going to be coming, depending on if he gets a Vikings or Medivacs first, are going to do a lot of damage here. And he's using these roaches as anti-Hellion defense. Let's see if he adds on any more. He's at 100 gas now. He should be going to layer now. So he's over what it takes to go adding on more roaches now. So this is a little bit surprising here.
Yes, indeed. He usually has the tech advantage. He's going to go for a double evolution chamber build. We can expect to see some heavy upgrades in that regard, possibly transitioning through to either Roach Hydralisk, perhaps, if he's going for that, or maybe he could be going for a later, longer game Broodlord strategy. We'll have to see how that works out for him. What we've got is a starport with two reactors, one reactor, in fact.
It's like MorroW's reverting back to the first game. I think that he's played all these games in a row now, and he's gone fast spire. He wants to go back to what he wanted to do in game one, but that's not going to work for him, unfortunately, because too many Vacs are going to be out. He's got that third base up now, and we're going to run into the same problem. How do you stop stimmed Marines that are going to have +1 eventually? And we'll have to see how he does that in this game.
It's tricky. It is very, very tricky indeed. He's not even able to take the Hellion. Select with excellent micro as usual. High APM to be expected from him. And the lair tech is on its way finally, but here comes the drop. It's not entirely complete, but it's close enough. Got a Marauder in the mix as well, just to do a little bit of roach busting. And the roaches are currently out of position, working on these rocks over there. And the back of this base is very vulnerable to drop play.
Indeed, and there are no overlords spread. A bit of a mistake here from MorroW not to have overlords outside of his base already, and this is going to become, well, luckily he's building 16 lings right now, but 16 lings and a handful of roaches are not going to beat these Stim Marines for sure.
No, it could be a little bit questionable, to say the least, and smartly enough, he's actually dropping outside of position. Oh, wow, he doesn't have Metabolic Boost yet. This is going to be critical. The Metabolic Boost is going to end up getting cancelled. No, 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 that is not ideal for MorroW at all. That's going to cause him huge problems. In they come, and the Zerglings are coming in a small group. He's looking for the surround. Select is not going to allow that. One little bit, taking a huge toll on the army of MorroW.
And this is the same problem we had on Metalopolis, and Select, look at his micro, he's so bloody good with
incredibly fast, isn't it? Absolutely wonderful. And out he goes with bare minimal losses. Shuts down the spawning pool and shuts down the Speedling upgrade. So right now we're looking at least probably 2 minutes before Metabolic Boost can get back on the field. Yeah,
and he's going to be so hard to engage. Picks up again as soon as units start to take damage. I'm surprised he's not continuing with this drops. He's actually going to go for a containment now. Siege mode is not so far away. He's going to go right into the natural of MorroW right now with everything he's got. He's not going to continue to drop like the first game. He's going to harass and then get a nice position here. There's no Speedlings. He can't stop it.
No, there really is nothing he can do right now other than to try and get Roach speed, which is what he's working on. He can get Roach speed and Baneling speed quicker than he can get Metabolic Boost. That was probably the first time it's ever happened in a game of StarCraft 2. But whatever the case, he will be forced away now. I would imagine MorroW's going to try and nail him down there. Select immediately picked up. But as you were saying, Siege Tank Contain is very, very likely. But in the background, MorroW's actually double expanded.
This is going to be so hard for MorroW. He doesn't see this coming whatsoever. And this is so smart from Select. He's looking at the situation. All right, man, you don't have Zergling speed. Guess what's really good against that? Siege tanks. And so he's just microing so well, picking everything up. Siege mode is done. They're now going to get rid of the creep tumors to make the roaches even worse and the Zerglings even worse. And this is going to be hard.
Well, Roach speed is on the way and it's almost complete. It will be ready for this engagement, I would imagine. However, Select is not willing to redeploy just yet. He's a little bit cautious. I can hardly blame him. The last thing he wants right now is to throw this away by getting the siege tanks deployed in the wrong position or being caught out undeployed. He doesn't have a huge number of units. His army supply is only slightly larger than MorroW's right now, and his economy is about the same size for the time being, but that's going to rapidly change once MorroW starts really mining off of those bases.
And a drop here is going to get shut down because Mutalists are out now as well. And I'm kind of unsure if I agree with Select's decision. I think he could have gone a lot earlier and done a lot of damage. Especially with Stim and +1 and 3 siege tanks. I think he should have been able to do a lot of damage there, but he takes the latter option and is going to go back and expand to the gold base, get that up nice and early, and continue adding on a lot more barracks and start pumping out these upgrades.
Yes, indeed. Forward, into the breach go MorroW's Roaches. He does have Roach speed and he takes map control back as a direct result. Now looking to shut down an expansion. That's not going to happen. Those siege tanks will deploy and MorroW is not going to have much luck with that. He slides right past. Surely SeleCT saw it and he did.
And this is bad.
Yes, this is not ideal at all. That's a lot of firepower with +1 right there. And MorroW's Roaches just melted.
Oh, wow. SeleCT can even go ahead and take a 4th now. He's got a lot of opportunity to do whatever he wants. And it looks like he is going to drop now. He's going to send a medevac to the left and pick off 3 overlords, actually, and then move through the middle now. Look for a better position.
And indeed, why not? 3 overlords. 3 free overlords, ladies and gentlemen. Say it with me once again. 3 free overlords.
He's going to neglect them,
you could completely ignore them.
And he's going to drop, yeah.
Well, hey, why not? Let's drop 5 Marines in the base instead. But, oh, there's 3 other free overlords in the base. It's fine. You can take those ones instead. In the meantime, SeleCT now looking for positioning. Managing to get it. Smashing his way through the creep tumors.
He's got rid of the creep tumors. He's going to bunny hop tanks one at a time forward, edging closer and closer until MorroW has no other option than to go in. But MorroW has got 24 lings in production, has a lot of units out now. 2-2 though, is going to get caught in the middle of the stack, dropping the main now, and now this is the time SeleCT's going to move forward.
Smash his way forward, and oh my, no! I think not, says MorroW, who slaps him down with that amazing aggressive Baneling play. SeleCT caught out of position, and now suddenly the game is sliding back in MorroW's favor.
Yeah, he lost so many Marines that he needed every one of them, and I think his position in the middle of the map is in threat right now. If MorroW went with everything and realized how little Marines that SeleCT
There's
actually
barely
has,
any. If he goes in right now with the mutas, that entire force is dead. There's no real question about it. He can go for it right now. There's only a few Marines. They're redeploying the tanks really close. This is incredibly gutsy and also very foolish, in my opinion, by SeleCT. It doesn't matter how well spread out you are. Look at the size of that.
Oh no, SeleCT is on the back foot, he's running back, and now MorroW smashes through there. He'll drone up very hard now. He might even go for a counter-attack. We'll have to see. There we go in the drones. 8 more drones. He's going to get that 4th base up and running. And now SeleCT's in a horrible position. As soon as you lose that big push, that big clump of tanks, all those Marines, you just have nothing to be able to harass with.
Oh dear. Infestation Pit being added on as well. The economic advantage, I would think, would be in MorroW's favor right now. Admittedly, the mules might tip that just a little bit. I think not. 77 to 58 right here. That's unpleasant.
It is indeed, and a lot of units been added on. The drone count now 77 versus 61 SCVs. Even though the SCV count's pretty good still, and he does have that gold base, the problem is now that MorroW's just in this comfort zone where he can just build nothing but units. He's got the Infestation Pit. Panther Glance will be following shortly. +2 Flyers attack and so many Zerglings. 2 upgrades as well. Banelings with +2 as well. It's going to be difficult here from SeleCT. He's going to have to think about taking that 4th base ASAP, and he can't harass anymore because of these Mutalisks out.
Jesus Christ, there are now, is that 83? I believe it is. 83 Zerglings, +2. You know what, he can just smash his way through there and probably win, but I would imagine more finesse will be coming right here from MorroW, who's looking for the perfect position to deliver this death blow that he so adores. We've even got a sensor tower in the middle right there to try and defend against this, and here it comes. Coming in from one angle, it's a great concave for SeleCT right here. The Banelings are smashing their way through, but that was not as good as it could have been. The Mutalisks might clean it up. SeleCT holds, but takes a lot of damage in the process.
Well, the Mutalisks get picked off as they run out, but all the tanks do go down, though, which are going to make Banelings even more effective now. And there's also the Infestors that are going to shortly follow, too, because there's no siege tanks. What I do if I was MorroW is you need to push out, push an advantage, kill creep tumors, and then revert back. But I don't know if he can stay here.
Yes, this is a little bit risky. SeleCT getting aggressive, which was not a good idea at all. Or was it? He did get a good deployment off right there, but I have a feeling he's going to be able to smash his way through that force anyway. And MorroW just throwing it in, losing a few mutas in the process, but he can afford this.
Indeed, he's got so much money. Like I said, he's at 79 drones. He can just units throughout the entire game. There's nothing SeleCT can do. He did drop on the left-hand side to get rid of a few overlords, but that is not bringing him back into the game. Also, I don't agree with that push out because he didn't wait for 2-2. If he'd had 2-2, that would have helped out a lot more, but he pushed too far forward with that attack, not having enough units, and MorroW's macro would never slip up. He's now taking a 5th base.
Because, hey, why not? At the end of the day, he can can afford it, and he's got pretty much full map control. Select has taken a fourth, and that remains currently unharassed. A small group of Marines trying to harass these overlords. He might take a freebie, indeed he will. I wouldn't be so worried, apart from the fact that MorroW actually just got supply blocked by that and has done nothing to alleviate it as of yet. So that could be a bit of a problem for him. He's not maxed out, still not building anything. There finally come the overlords. In the meantime, MorroW smashing his way through there. He should be able to try and deal with this fourth base, which is becoming a planetary fortress, however, so he's going to have to be a little bit quick. But there's a lot of banelings prepared for this, so a planetary fortress isn't really going to help, even if it does go up.
This fourth base is going down, no doubt.
Yes.
The rocks go down, and MorroW is now entered. The floodgates are now open, and oh dear, Select, that fourth is going to go.
No fourth for you, I'm afraid. No, no, no. Oh dear. Select is now almost mined out on the gold base, which is to be expected. He's getting close to being mined out on his natural. And you'll also notice that he's completely mined out aside from his gas on the main. +3/+3 upgrade coming in with Broodlords right now. MorroW in a position to take this one. Select in a really bad way, both economically and in terms of the size of his army. And MorroW with plenty in the bank, looking to do some big damage. And he'll eventually find the position that he needs. Select is perhaps getting caught out of position right here. Oh, wow! Unbelievable that he lost so many there. And MorroW just throwing a bunch of units away.
Ooh, and that's kind of even the tables a bit in the army count, but no way in the economic lead right now.
No, absolutely not.
There's so much money for MorroW right now, and he can just back up. 13 Corruptor's been making. This is go, go, go right now, because you do not have enough time to stay around and wait. You cannot wait for +3 Select. You have to go now before these get to blue.
Select must fight this. He must. He has no other possible option. If he waits for the Broodlords to come in, there's a little bit of a drop going down right there, trying to smash his way through one spine crawler. He's losing a bunch of Marines in the process, but he is bringing the rest of his army in. The thing is, MorroW sees this, is looking to redeploy. Select trying to get himself off of the creep, and that attack didn't do a huge amount of damage. MorroW supply blocked again, and is working on 4 overlords to try and alleviate that. But as I said, it's do or die time for Select. The Greater Spire just finished, so we can expect to see Broodlords any minute now. He goes for the charge, and that was a nice little area right here to try and funnel them into, but the Banelings are still alive. He smashes through the majority of the forces, and MorroW is actually repulsed by that, if you can believe it. There are still 40 more Zerglings and 6 Broodlings on the way, however. Broodlords, in fact, way more Broodlings. And while Select might push on this, he just ate a ton of Baneling goop, and there's not a lot left for him.
Indeed, the siege tanks are in great position now, but these Broodlords are about to morph. Select needs to do a lot of economic damage. If he can get rid of that third base, or not third base, sorry, the right-hand side base, then he's in a great position to pull back and macro get a fourth base up. He's going to go for it. He needs to get rid of that base on the right-hand side.
He must. He has no choice. There's Banelings coming in right now. He's able to deal with the Mutalists. They are torn out of the sky. +3 upgrades are very nice, so I am told. Right now, focusing down and taking some damage as a couple of Zerglings come in to try and tear their way to the flank, which is exactly what they're doing. He focuses. He brings down this spine crawler with the next shot. He might be able to take this out. It's looking like he will, and Select is back in it.
You guys should be high-fiving right now, because Select is not out of the count yet. He picks up the one disadvantage with Broodlords. Guess what, guys? They are very slow, so he can harass all over the place with this. He might be able to get a cancellation or a kill if he can get out the medivac.
Oh, no! Corruptor says absolutely not. A single Marine survives to tell the tale. I don't think that's going to last very long. In come the Marines, and smashed to pieces.
No, Select. He's down to 90 food, 83 food now. MorroW 157, and now there's no army for Select. He put everything in that final attack, and it was so close to doing so.
Oh yes, it was good. I mean, I'll give him that, but he was fighting a losing battle. He did take 2 bases with that. He took the gold out, and he took this base to the side. It did hurt MorroW's economy. He is a little bit behind now, looking for expansions right here from Select, and the planetary fortress is not ready, and will not be able to repulse this attack from MorroW. Admittedly, there are Marines moving in with heavy upgrades, and he gets a good firing line. Very nice bit of surface area. Good control there by Select. Backing himself into the corner, taking minimal damage. He saves the planetary fortress. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to expand to the left there.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Select, though, I mean, fortunately for him, he did manage to do a lot of economic damage. He took the gold, he took that right base, what he needed to do. And MorroW is just down to 1 dismal mining base in the bottom right. Has got the third base, though not third base, sorry, the right-hand side base up now on this right-hand side. And he's slowly getting up, though. He's at 165 food. Select pulling back. But Select doesn't have a mine. Well, he has that one mining base at the top left. He needs to get a second.
Yeah, he must. And that's going to be extremely difficult to do until that creep has been dealt with. And also, bear in mind, MorroW knows exactly where it is. So MorroW working on the tech right now. He still has a huge supply advantage. He has the size of the armies. It's not as big as you might think, but the worker supply tells a big story. 87 drones to 57. MorroW mining significant parts of the map. His creep spread is over halfway now. It's just creeping past the mid-Zelnaga watchtower. He also has creep spread to the side and is denying expansions there. And a borrowed Zergling will deny that.
These two Banelings, they're coming in.
Oh my!
This could do everything. No!
He's getting away. I think he's going to make this. He should be okay. There's no creep spread there.
Oh, big hit though still.
That was big. That was very, very good indeed. I think he took out at least 7 there by the looks of it. There's the workers killed. Not a huge amount on either side, honestly. Select is now going to take this planetary fortress and resecure. He's back in the fight. That's a lot of borrowed Banelings just lying around the place, but a smart scan right there by Select.
Yeah, they're borrowed inside the sensor tower range, so it doesn't really matter too much. It does force a scan, but it's okay. He's doing a lot of damage with these red health Marines now. He needs to pull back.
They will die in about 2 seconds, but hey, they just took out about 10 creep tumors, so that's really worthwhile. Bite their legs off, go for it. Broodlings will take each and every one of them, perhaps, unless they explode, which they do. And Select Marines are lucky, what can I say?
And we do have a drop. Select does need to drop this right-hand side base, but the thing is, there's so many Spine Crawlers, Infestor, and a million Corruptors there. It's going to be very, very hard to do damage here, and it's going to get shut down instantly.
Yes, I would think so. That Infestor is sitting on enough for 2 fungal growths if he so desires. In the meantime, a small contingent of Marines wrecking their way through these creep tumors, and it's good to try and deal with the creep spread, but that's a lot of scans thrown down. And bear in mind, he doesn't have a lot of orbitals. He's actually, I think, only sitting on 2. The rest are planetary fortresses, so that really is energy perhaps he can't afford.
And MorroW's quite comfortable just to sit back now, get to 200, get that death ball of Zerg, the Infestors, the Corruptors, the Broodlords, and get that mix out. The thing is, he's banking everything on that 200 army. He's not trying to wear down Select, he's just going to go for it. The thing is, if Select can get good EMPs off on all these Infestors, the Marines and the Vikings are just going to go to town on everything. So it's all going to come down to these EMPs. He's now researching personal cloaking for these ghosts as well.
Now, those ghosts will, I would imagine, be scouted because he did move onto the range of the creep right here. So that is dangerous potential. Ooh, there's a couple of borrowed Banelings right. If he walks on top of those, that will be brutal, but it's not going to happen. He's looking like he is aware of the possibility of it. He's got 5 ghosts up right now. This is a dangerous situation for Select to be in. He could turn this around. He's actually catching up. I think he might even be ahead in terms he actually is. He's doing a great job of that. Nida Swarm over to the corner right there to use as transport.
Infestors are going to pop out and try to fungal growth that base.
Oh, yes, that would be unpleasant, wouldn't it? That would really cause a lot of economic problems for Select right there. He does have a little bit of detection, but still, I think he is in fungal range from that cliff.
That's the problem, though. Select now thinks, because he tried to scout his back left base, didn't find it. He thinks that it's just being used for transport reasons, and so he didn't look down on this base. And look at that. Like,
there's
8 SCVs are going to go down.
Bang. Yes, that's very, very nice indeed. And a couple of infested Terrans. Hey, why the hell not? Might as well throw it in there. That's a lot of workers killed right now by MorroW, and he's not going to be able to do anything else with it, honestly, but still, that big ball of doom in the corner is very unpleasant, primarily air-based.
I mean, he's going to try to snipe out the Vikings instantly and then just switch to Broodlords straight away. He can use Corruption as well, so that the Broodlords do more damage, but there's a lot of Corruptors there, like more than, I think he has too many, actually. And he might try to free up some supply and morph to more Broodlords, but Select is crawling back into this. 163 is going to get another mining base up. The thing is, there is a borrowed Zergling to deny.
Well, that'll delay him for a little bit of time. However, there goes, well, that's not going to survive much longer. That's right next to a missile turret, but there you go. Select is back in the fight, there's no question, but it was a point where he could have very easily lost this. More Nidus canals being placed. The question is he putting them in the base? It is in the main. And it's not going to do it. It doesn't have the does it have the firepower?
It's +3, man.
Oh my, seriously? 2 infestors get out, and Wow, that's a lot of infested Terrans. Holy Christ. I don't think that Marine's going to survive that. And now doing big damage to the supply of SeleCT. I have to wonder how many spares he's really got for that one.
Another Nidus Swim on the natural is going to get cleaned up by just SCVs and a landed Viking, actually.
Why not?
And there is more fungal growth and infested Terrans on this left-hand side now, destroying SCVs and these Marines.
Oh god, this is going to be one of these games, isn't it, where it's going to be difficult. It's the second Nidus Worm. MorroW is hoping that nobody notices this. However, that will be cleaned up, no question, but he does.
Nice.
Oh, nice scan. Very smart. He remembered, of course, there were 2 infestors there.
Yeah, nice memory. Another Nidus Worm here.
What?
I'm trying to keep up with you, TotalBiscuit.
Where the bollocks is this thing?
It's
there, right?
side.
Yeah. God damn. We need GSL Observer in here, stat, or we need Hop in. This is absolutely ridiculous.
A million infestors inside that, so he's going to pop out now. He knows where it is, though. SeleCT knows where it is. Let's see if he can react to it, though.
He's going to have to react to it pretty damn fast, honestly. There are 8
they
infestors
go.
on the way out. That's a lot of infestors. That's a lot of infested Terrans right here. Big fungal growth action. I think not. So says MorroW. Bringing in the infested Terrans. However, does he have the firepower, really? He's taking huge damage from the Ibix cannon right here. That was really not so great. He did clean up the SCV line, but he lost too many infestors to that.
That was not worth it at all for MorroW, and now he's lost all infestors. He's lost all the energy on them that he saved up. If SeleCT decides to push after this, there could be a lot of damage being done. And now look at these Vikings moving around, getting rid of the Overlord, stopping any future Nidus Worms in there. He's got Marines idle on the left-hand side now as well. And this army's getting bigger and bigger. Look how many ghosts there are. Oh my god. They are going to go
12 ghosts.
They're Broodlords. I mean, EMPs, snipes.
Snipes, yeah.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. He just needs to throw a nuke in there, and then he'll be absolutely fantastic. Another Nidus Worm went up somewhere. Who the hell knows where?
In the main base of SeleCT.
Was it in
a lot of infested Terrans there.
Oh, yes. Magical infested Terrans with the +3 armor upgrade, sharing out the Gauss rifles. But hey, he's cleaning up the production facilities of his opponent, nailing down those add-ons. Very smart move. And that's going to cripple his opponent just a little bit. And he's going to reveal all of these ghosts in the process. More actually target fires. He can take a few here, but it looks like he's going to be gunned down without mercy.
And the thing is, though, that even though you get rid of the Vikings and so on, the creep stays there, so you can put down another Nidus almost instantly. So, I mean, there's another infestor on this left-hand side that is saving up energy, could do a lot of damage to that mineral line here. There are a couple of turrets, though, that are going to help out, but in comes the infestor. Yeah,
will he be able to nail a good fungal growth? I can only imagine that's what he's going to go for. He goes for the second one, and a couple of infested Terrans to follow that one up.
And a Nidus Worm behind it as well.
Very nice timing right there, but I think there should be enough firepower to break it. Mules, charge! Stand around looking fantastic.
Yeah, he does get rid of it. And now, SeleCT has had enough of this playing around. He's getting annoyed at this. And let's see how he can engage this.
Here comes
so many spine crawlers as well going to come in. Spine crawlers coming in to tank damage.
Whoa, that's a very, very smart move right there. And here comes the air war. Huge fungal right there. Big EMPs nail it down. And surely the snipes will go under this. There's another EMP. Big snipes go on. Is he able to take them all out? I don't believe so. There are still a couple of Broodlords in the field. And that one is on like no HP whatsoever. Those cloaked ghosts are still doing damage, but in comes the second wave. We've got tanks moving in, a large force of Marines. Oh, they're out of position! They're out of position! He could do big damage here. He's ignoring them for the time being. I can't imagine why. He really wants to get aggressive and nail those infestors down. He could have taken the Broodlords out. He might be too late. We'll see. He's going to take some damage from those spine crawlers moving in. Marauders don't do very well against Broodlords, and they're going to get cleaned up by the looks of it. That actually, I think, might have been a terrible decision by SeleCT. I have to wonder. In the meantime, looking to try and clean up the rest of that. He eats up fungal growth in the process, and SeleCT has been thrown back.
Wow, there were so many spine crawls, so many spore crawlers there. The ghosts were revealed instantly because of the spore crawlers, and then everything was done. Great EMPs, though he just didn't have enough units to deal with that. And unfortunately, the economy of MorroW is so good that he remaxes instantly. Back to 200 now, has enough Broodlords, is basically at the same army he had before. All the infestors managed to survive, so he has now new energy being whooped in there for them. And unfortunately, this could be the end of SeleCT. He's down to a dismal 145 supply.
Yeah, this could be messy right now. MorroW is trying to get a good position. He scans, he finds a Boris, a big fungal, a very nice one. Neural parasite play going on right here, and SeleCT's army just melted. MorroW with a textbook assault. That was really unpleasant. That was brutal. What can I say?
And this harassment has just hindered his economy, SeleCT's economy, only at 48 SCVs. Those, I mean, MorroW's not really too far ahead either. He's only at 54 because he's invested so many drones in spawn crawlers and spine crawlers. Though the food count tells the story: 125 for SeleCT, 182 for MorroW.
Jesus, these games, every game has been an absolutely fantastically epic. It's been an experience so far, and we're still in the round of 8, I might add, and we will be doing DDE versus Blink tomorrow. That has now been confirmed. There is another Nidus one going down somewhere. Let's play Hunt the Nidus. Where is it? It's actually to the side right here. It has been nailed down immediately, and maybe trying to draw his opponent out of position to land a good fungal. He cleans up the Vikings, no problem whatsoever. Those Broodlords are going to go in completely unmolested. He doesn't need to worry at all. There's another big fungal right now. So many infestors. We're looking at 22. The Neural Parasite could go off right here to clean up the Thors, or you know, he could just kill them. That works too. There's the fungal, and really there's not a lot Select's got left here. He's crumbling under the might of MorroW.
Indeed, and this could be the end. I think this is most definitely going to be the end now for Select, despite giving us an amazing performance, absolutely amazing performance here. But now he's going to lose the Planetary Fortress on the left-hand side.
22 infested Terrans coming in, big firepower, high DPS, very high DPS. The mobility is irrelevant in this case. Select is now being cut in half. His bases are spread out, and this mining base is almost out as well. This is the one that he needed to defend. He can't hold it, and Select will try to push down the right flank, but really he's going to end up losing this almost immediately, I would think. The Broodlords can smash their way through it, no problem. Few infested Terrans to try and do economic damage, which he does. GG, ladies and gentlemen.